As you all know that India is traveling to Australia for the Border Gavaskar Trophy 2024-25, where they'll be playing the 5 test matches. So before going into the more details of the players, those who are going to be the threat for India, let's deep dive into the Australia's record in recent time in Test cricket. So Australia won against Pakistan, against New Zealand, and I guess that shows their dominance in the Test cricket, and I guess that's why they are at the top of the WTC table. But looking at their numbers and everything, there is still that little bit doubt in this Australian side, because when we saw the series against Pakistan, they look little underconfident. However, they won. But if you look at the scorecards, it was always neck to neck against Pakistan. So if India play really well, if they play out their pacers really well, then probably we could see a thrilling series, because India has won last 2 series that travel to Australia. So let's try to deep dive into the players, those who are threat for India in this series. So first name that comes to the mind is Steven Smith, who has the tremendous record against India. He has scored more than 1,000 runs against India at an average of 82. But at the same time, in the recent WTC cycle, if you look at his numbers, I guess those numbers tells a different story. From the 12 games that he has played, he has 700 runs and at an average of 35, which is much lower from the Steven Smith standard. So that means that Steven Smith is going through a tough time in Test cricket. If India could latch onto that, then probably they can get the big fish out early. Another name in the same list is Travis Head, who has played a tremendous innings against India at multiple occasions, whether it's WTC final or it's a World Cup final. So if you look at his numbers against India in Test cricket, he averages against India 42, scored more than 700 runs. But at the same time, the story is similarly like Steven Smith, who is also struggling in this WTC. Same goes with Travis Head, who has 600 runs and at an average under 30, which is much lower from his standard. So if India bowlers definitely try to disturb his rhythm, probably we can make a good match out of them. But out of all these, there are certain players who you cannot ignore. So those are the best battery of Australia, along with the Nathan Lyon. The quartet has more than 250 wickets in Test cricket, and at the same time, if you look at their numbers against India, all of them have taken wickets against India. Nathan Lyon is somebody who is the top of the chart with 60 wickets, while Josh Hazlewood and Pat Cummins are around 42 and 35 wickets against India. But look at their numbers in WTC final. That's where the real threat is for India batting. So Josh Hazlewood, somebody who is the second highest wicket taker in the WTC 2023-2025 cycle. Josh Hazlewood with more than 60 wickets, while other bowlers, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc and Nathan Lyon has more than 40 wickets. And all these four bowlers are under the top 10 of WTC cycle of highest wicket taker list. So if India play out these four bowlers in Australian condition, which looks like very dangerous at the moment. So if India batters really play out them very well, then we could definitely have a wonderful series.